because I'm realizing now some people do not want solutions. They want to put stuff on top of stuff, and all you're going to get is bullshit. Those people in Minnesota, y'all, those are performances. I'm so sorry. Those people are going to get sick. They're going to get hyperthermia, all of that for what? And Black America can't help y'all. This is a performance. You think if you do what Black people do, you're going to get the results. That's not what this is about. When y'all first went out there, it was 3 million fucking people, and he went and played golf. You should have realized that you were dealing with a dangerous person. And then now, it is freezing cold. They're doing a general strike. You can do a general strike in the house. Don't go to work. Don't go home. Don't be in the streets. I'm not knocking what y'all doing, baby. But I'm telling y'all out of season. D-Rump is dying. His regime get ready to go to prison. They're already in international trouble. America has not did shit to correct a problem. Your people that you elected, supposed to have been elected, so this would not happen. And if it reared its head, but is your army doing anything? Let's just be serious. They can go all around the world to get dictators saying they have, but it's happening in your country. White America, this we're not performing with y'all. You don't care. That woman, listen, the one they shot the woman in the face 3 times, called her domestic terrorist. They are playing with y'all lives. All of this shit is fucking performance, and it's causing lives. Do y'all understand that? Where's y'all humanity? And the people who doing it to you should be ashamed of themselves. You people who are organized and this, that, you don't have no shame. And right now, y'all, you know what's important? Picking up your pen. That's it. We almost to the shore. Pick up your pen. Stay alive so you can vote. Do you understand they done led y'all into a death trap? And Black America can't go back 500 years to help y'all. Right now, the accountability should be on the fucking people you voted for. And when you demand something, they should do it. Because your vote got them in that office. Do you realize you're marching, you're calling, your children are at risk? All that fucking performing ain't doing nothing but hurting y'all. And it's too late. That's what I'm telling you. Y'all out of step. The time to stand up for your freedom was at the vote. Once they got in them positions, they don't care about you. You know why? Because y'all let them asleep in their bed in your city. Because you'll let them go to Washington and key. And look how many people dying, getting sick, and they're not even telling you the truth. Because they led y'all into this. Do you get, organizers, what is happening? You're out of step. You're out of season. It is peacetime. That mess looked ridiculous. You shouldn't tell people right now to do a general strike, baby. All you got to do is stay in the house, not go to work, not pay nothing. Y'all don't need to be out there in the freezing cold. And you don't, we don't, let me tell you something about us that's hurting us. We're not racist. We don't think it's cute. We don't think this is performance. The time to act is when it's time to act. You do not entertain evil. You do not be glad of sin. And then you think you can control it. And it's dying. It's going to take everyone on with them. This is the sad part about it's just time to stop playing, y'all. And everybody cares. Everybody cares. I don't know why you would say, everybody cares. You care about you, don't you? You don't want to be hurt. You don't want to be treated bad. Stop saying everybody cares about them. So why that don't translate to your neighbor? Why that don't translate to your friend? And don't tell me about the fakeness. Everybody that say that usually fake. I've seen the most love, the most caring. I have seen people just break down crying, who's saying this is unbelievable. And I have to tell them, baby, just hold on. We've been in this 50 years. Y'all just seen it at the end? 50 years. Y'all have allowed yourself to be abused. 50 years. Y'all thought it was because we got money? Because we got status? Because you could be a star? Because you could be this? Where was the moral value? Where was the moral value? Where was the, I need to be a better person? Where was, I need to talk to people better? Where was the self-accountability? Everybody want to look outside. It's mirror time now. How did you accept it? How did you receive it? How did you say that was your friends? This didn't just happen all of a sudden, baby. Slowly, just tapping away at your soul to where you say, well, at least I got something. Well, me and mine, and then yours is the innocent victim. Look, you know how many people that voted not to get into this that are suffering? You know how many, they're not distinguishing Harrison voters from Trump voters. This came about because we didn't look at ourselves and care enough about our neighbor. We didn't pay attention to, look, we may have bigger houses, but it's more people homeless. And now here we are. Here we are. And the saddest part about it is, if you don't care, don't ask for nothing in return. If you don't want the next man to have a roof, don't ask for a house. If you don't want the next man to eat noodles, this is why we here. This is unnatural. It's pure destruction. And people care. It's people out here like me who heart is hurting, who realize these people been set up to fail. And as much as we try, they've been indoctrinated not to receive help. They've been indoctrinated to look at the people that love them like we simps. And this is an issue of the heart. And there's people out there that care. I hear them right now crying and screaming, Miss Catina, I'm trying. And I have to tell them, baby, it starts inside out. You got to look at, if everybody looked in the mirror and everybody was in alignment with their human nature, you wouldn't be in a beast now. To have people say they leaders and have people out of step to where they're causing more harm to themselves. And the people that's doing it to them in their bed warm. The people that's doing it on, click on that TV and watch their legacy media pretend that they're okay. But you see somebody with a phone who says, I can't feed my kids. You see a husband break down with a gun in his head and says, I can't be a man. And it's not his fault. It's not her fault. It's because a system that says, I'm going to take from you and abuse you with the things I take from you. And everybody acting like they pontificating. Everybody acting like they intelligent. No, they not. Intelligence says, I don't want to see another human suffer. Intelligence says, That as a human, do you have your basics? Guess what the basics is? Roof over your head, food in your mouth, clothes on your back. Basic. Do you understand they got you so low? You're fighting for the basics that they don't even provide for you. You do it for yourself, and they get paid off your labor. They never told you that the person that builds it don't have the college education. The people that run it do. They never told you that. You never looked at the root of things and said, how was this built? How, just like now, this is racism in its purest form. It's not fascism. They're not Nazis. They're racist. This is racist. This racism, this spirit, called a chattel slavery system that degraded, abused, treated human beings worse than slaves. And the excuse was they color. Even though the people that color, math, science, lawyers, doctors, builders, inventors, creators, and so on and on and on. But the heart of man was so dark. And by the time that system realized that it had sold humans into the devil's hands, it was too late. They was enslaved. See what it does? Lack of knowledge. You get in an organization, you don't know the root of it. And you wondering why this is happening to you. But your headmasters or whatever y'all call them ain't gonna tell you. Because they know what they sold to do to get there. Teach your children. It's you first. Tell your children, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Please. Don't have them thinking they're doing the right thing. And they're killing themselves. Performing. Performance does not equal results, baby. I'm sorry. It's only true when there's results. We had results back then because we didn't take less. And then there was a breed. See, when God sees the heart of man trying to do it to the masses, he won't leave you without knowledge. He won't leave you without knowing what's happening. But when you're following a false God, when you're following humans who are not in their humanity, this is what you get. And people do. It's people out here like me who've been crying out in a young age, who've been saying this ain't right. When I found God for myself, baby, I'm not moving left to right. He's real, but he in the mirror. The light of my eyes, the empathy that I have, let me know I'm human. I'm not a beast. And everybody who led these people in the wrong season, the yoke is on your neck. They won't get away for what they did to y'all. And it wasn't only a few, and they knew better. They knew it was a lie. They knew it was an untruth. They knew it. But they played on your lack of knowledge. They played on a dead spirit of racism because it brings fear. A racists only do what they do because they're afraid. They was afraid that those people that they abused and they raped and they molested and they ate and they commit genocide on would seek revenge. They were afraid that if we found out this was our home, we'd put them out. That's racism is pure fear. It's sodomy, bestiality. It will cause them to feed off their own family and treat it like it's normal. And it'll be an infestation of a breed of people who constantly gonna live a lie. And look, and there's nothing Black America can do, y'all. We're not y'all gods. Y'all minds have not changed. You're suffering. And this ain't even reaping yet. Y'all are suffering because of what you did and what you were complicit in. Reaping is of your own doing. Suffering is what happened to the masses you fooled and tricked. Reaping comes to the person who committed the offense. The yokes, every time a person who's been offended stands up and become victorious, the yoke go back to the offender's neck. And they're drowning in the sea. And they're taking as many of them with them. Black America, I'm so proud of y'all. Do you know it was just that simple? Our ancestors never wanted stuff. We didn't care if they were here. You know what they wanted? To be left alone. That's all they ever asked for. The first treaty, they thought that what they were doing was taking their army bases out of here. They did not know that when they shook the hand with the paleface, that they were agreeing to genocide. Read the treaty. If you speak Chickasaw, if you speak indigenous language, how did you read that? How did you know what that said? It was a handshake. What do we, our word is our bond. What will we taught black folks? Your word is your bond. You say what you do and you do what you say. When you shake a man's hand, you look him in the eye. They taught them that. White people ain't been right since black folks started raising y'all. And right now, the love that we have for humanity, we just got to tell y'all the truth. It's you. It's you. Each individual person gave their free will, whatever it was for, and now you're in the least. They shouldn't have did this. They did it. Right now, 2 years and some months, Black America, we must rest. This, you know how they got over on the end? We did not know their language. We're loving, we giving, we let them in. They think they finessing us. They say, I don't understand. Like I say, this God I serve, honey. When I tell you he don't leave me blind. He don't leave me. I'm always 2 steps ahead of the enemy. To even the fact that they think that it can come into anything near me, I'll let that go. I just want to let y'all know it's peace. Peace must be in stillness. And y'all not doing nothing wrong. You're doing it in the wrong way. And you're doing it's mimicking, baby. You can't do what black people do to get what, because guess what? That was performance. I'm going to tell you the truth. They should have told us this is your land, your indigenous people. They should have given us truth, not try to section us out, indoctrinate us, and then some of us didn't even know why we were in those sectors. And some of us bucked against the system, and then we found out why. It's real now. And if it's not results, it's performative. If it's not results, it's performative. Everything you do. Like me, I'm like I said, I'm kind of I give this out because I'm experiencing it. Because I was selfish. I was a disrespectful child. But it was my mom and daddy fault. They was kids. I mean, so much stuff. I'm 53 now. God called me back to Mississippi because at 14, when my grandmama said I didn't want to come back here, y'all. These people, I just didn't. And God said, go. I ended up here. It was God. And he said, if you will, I will. And I'm doing it. I don't know what it means. All I know is to be. All I know is that if you are doing something righteous, the results will be overwhelming. And it will be blessings, miracles, and breakthroughs. hmm It will show you things like me. People look around me. They didn't see me. And I'm wondering what they looking at because every time I look in the mirror, I'm just Catina. I love, I give. I try like now getting up. I'm like, God, why me? Especially on here, y'all. This is the meanest place on social media, X and YouTube. Y'all are just don't want to be right. You don't want to see truth and you don't want love. It's obvious and it's okay. But for me, it's only for the one that receives. And I'm telling you, remember, if you're doing something, it don't show results, it's performance. And you cannot listen. There's a commandment that says, "Do not covet another man's house." That is why you maybe think you doing what they doing and have what they have. You not. You can wear the same clothes, buy the same car, stay in the same neighborhood. That don't mean you like them folks. And then sometimes, look, y'all soul tied into demonistic behavior. You're soul tied into it. They presented it to you like it was education, it was Christianity. Yeah. And y'all were so desperate for something. And God gave you. He put your spirit. You do. I want to go here, God. He said, okay, into this vessel, you were birthed into this earth to do great things, to be a love, to be a strength, to be the face, hands, eyes, voice of God. That's what you were birthed here for. And I know the reality because we were born into a world of sin. Satan probably tickled your carrier's ear or your sperm donor ear. Satan probably got into or tempt because it's always through temptation, baby. It's just a temptation. But when evil overtake you, only God can deliver you. And we're at that only God can deliver them, darling. The father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not the government of defense. Whoever the Almighty is to you. That's the one thing about being kingdom. We see things in a human way. When y'all break us down to black and white, this, that, it's amazing because then you telling us who you are. You're telling us you haven't evolved into your humanity. You're telling us that man way was more important than the way of God. And baby, listen to me, the planet gonna get healed. The birds gonna chirp, the grass gonna grow. That's when kingdom gonna get worthy. When this earth stop doing what it's doing and the earthquake starts coming, and yes, that's part of nature. When the planets get in alignment, the waves go, the tsunamis come. Did y'all know that everything works in a sequence? Everything, even you. Your mood changes when it gets too hot, too cold. If you're in certain elements. When you're in the water, you feel different. Some people feel like they're a fish. Because sometimes that's your natural element. You got to find you. Like me, my joy was in getting picked on because I like to fight. I was, like I said, getting up. If I wouldn't let my mama talk to me crazy, I ain't going to let nobody talk to me crazy. Didn't even understand that was my mother. And she wasn't talking to me crazy. It just I was too grown too early. My elders had set me up to be the next civil rights activist, this, that, and yeah, she's smart, but they never told me you out of season. They never told me, little girl, you don't know what you're talking about. You know who told me that? When I got in the real world. Yeah, when I got amongst them elders who was covering me, who were grooming me, training me to be something out of season. And you know what the world told me? We don't care about you. We don't care if you wait. Who is you? So I just did Tina. Evaded. Evaded growing up. Evaded reality. Just was doing me. Doing me. Then God put that mirror in my face. He said, yeah, you doing you. You fight evil, but guess what? You just as bad as them. Yes, this how he talked to me. He said, who told you you was following me? I'm like, God, but they mean, they do this. He said, but you don't love. He said, how you doing what evil do? And you think you doing something for me. See, I bought this lesson. Then when he brought me back to what I ran from, because I ain't want to do what nobody say. I'm tired of old people. I don't like old people. They so mean. Brought me back. Guess what? Them same people that I thought would be dead when I grow up. That's what I thought. They'll be dead when I grow up. I ain't never come back here. This, that. Baby, guess what? They was in higher positions. I got back here, honey. My 3 grandmothers were alive and my dad. They was so, Tina, you back? Quietly, around them. Soon as I got in General Pop, who? Who are that? Who? Oh, she crazy. Oh, her family don't fool with her because oh yeah, they did. They drugged me through a demon pit. And Satan said, what the hell you doing here? I said, I gotta get some folks out. And we always laughing. Cause everybody know in the kingdom, don't play with Tina. She ain't got good sense. She gonna do what the father say do. If he tell her to do it, yeah, I'm gonna do it. He says a 3-head dog, go get 3 leashes. I'm gonna get 3 leashes. I ain't even gonna turn around because I know a 3-head dog finna walk up in front of me. God don't lie to me. Never have. He ain't lied to me. I was 14 years old. And if y'all heard me before, you heard this story. My uncle was the head big time. Y'all know how they do big time. And I told him, I said, God saying, I gotta tell the people, you know what I'm not gonna tell you what I said. You know, he looked me straight in the face. He said, Tina, look, people gonna think you crazy. Listen to me. Ain't no way you knew that. You ain't look. Well, watch what you say. Look, big time pastor. So I felt like, well, God, well, I'm a girl. You know what they told you in the church? Women can preach. Black people need to sit down. Yeah, yes, they did. But the black man can sit up in the pulpit, lie, cheat, steal. Yeah. And then I said, okay, God, went into the world. I conquered the world. So I thought, come back here, treat me like dirt. And God looked, he told me. He said, now look, y'all spent 3 years repenting. Calling back home, Georgia, Texas, all my friends from growing up, just calling back, telling them I'm sorry. And you know what hurt me worse? What hurt me worse when I heard them say, you didn't do nothing wrong, Tina. If it wasn't for you. And I thought, oh my God. And I broke down. And by the grace of God, they worked good jobs. They got away from their parents, and they're doing great with their kids. They getting their mental health, all that. But guess what? That was God's covering. Them children could have been in jail playing with a kid that was broken, talking crazy to grown folks. Them kids' parents could have turned against them. You hear me? Because they told me of the demonistic stuff that was happening in their house. It's so much. It was God. And when I went to those 3 years of repentance, I'm not going left to right. And I'm going to prove that word to myself. And I'm working that word. That word work, baby. This evil doing exactly what God said it would. These evil-hearted people doing exactly what God said they would do, how they said they would do it. And right now, it's good and evil. Evil is standing in good faith, saying, we got them all. They'll do what we say. They just as bad as us. And we're sitting here saying, y'all got to come out. We can't come in there. You got to come out. You got to come out the pig pen, baby. They rent you. You the pearl. You got to come out the valley. You shouldn't have put your tent there. Baby, it's more than one ram to the mountain. And you got to decide. It's a free will thing now. It's on you. Because performance don't bring results, baby. You'll know if you perform. If you're doing something for 30 days and it don't yield fruit, if you're doing it for a year and it don't yield fruit, because God will have you like me. Listen to me, it's been 28 years. I think 27, 28. I'm 53. And I had to take the long road because these people, this was a generational thing. The most precious, beautiful, loving care. This is the original America. This is the last. Mississippi is the last of the original America, and they don't even know it. And they have the strongest hearts, and somebody told them that wasn't valuable. Here I come wondering why you trying to be like everywhere I come from when y'all got the water. You got everything that they trying to be, y'all are. And it took y'all with the cowboy hats and this and that. Now y'all hollering south and true south. But I've been telling Mississippi that. They always had that. The love, the connection. They are not naive. Don't you, y'all finna find out you come in here? I'm gonna tell you who to watch. Watch Elon Musk with the data center. You don't come in here playing with these people like that. Just because one person is trying to screw them over, baby, y'all gonna find. Just like I told y'all, God don't send me nowhere that's not a blessing. Before Georgia became what it is, I was there when they was doing us dead dirty. Blood, South, Gwinnett County, stop. They were doing, we wasn't fancy like nothing. Downtown was the fanciest thing we had. Y'all gotta stop. I remember in Texas, stop. Stop now. When I went back to that, wow. Why y'all forgot where y'all came from? Why y'all forgot what you had to endure to be who you are? That's how we got here, manufacturing. You didn't want to look back at the struggle. But I want to tell y'all something about Black America. We have no shame in what we survived. We're disappointed. And the people who choose not to be here. That's it. It ain't no good, bad thing. It just is heart hurting that we survived 500 years of enslavement. And y'all can't even get mentally free now that you know the truth. That's the sad part. It ain't nothing. It's just sad to see it. And me, like I said, I just don't understand how people could do humans like that. Period. And I don't if you got to use a color for an excuse, that's just damn, bro. How low can you go? It's not that they don't do it. It's a pseudo lie. And then some people, the reason why I say what I say, I meet all kinds of people, baby. I done sit with racists who have right here in Mississippi talk, ate, said, heard the stories, and I watched them cry. I didn't cry because I made them understand it wasn't. It was a system, and I had to show them. It wasn't you. You were trained that way. You were indoctrinated that way. And they died going to heaven, knowing God and repenting. I've seen a deviant baby. Guess what his excuse was? Be fruitful, and God said, be fruitful and multiply. But at the end of his journey, he laid over his legacy with the insured it would go on in purity. I got it. I'm telling you now, I live this. I'm not telling you what nobody tell you. Tell you, a TV, this is my real life. If I wrote a book, because sometimes I have to write down, put another person's name on it just to feel it and understand what I'm in and going through. And I'm giving this to y'all because I want y'all to have this life. Life is wonderful. Life is an adventure. It gives you ups and downs. And like me, it is what it is. People like good, but for me, it is what it is, honey. I'm going to turn evil into unicorns. I'm going to alchemize unicorns and rainbows. I appreciate it for revealing itself for me to know it's there. So I know how to adjust my arm and use my two-edged sword. See, baby, when you are human, listen to me. You're higher than the angels. People hate it ain't biblical. Well, what y'all doing ain't biblical either. You're higher than the angels, darling. You don't have to be beast. They call I was 300% in baby. When I tell you, they snatched limos, houses caught right up under my nose. Cause I'm worried about the community and loving on folks, and I want you to be better and giving people experiences. Up under my nose, honey. I had to walk away. God had matched what they had ripped off, and I had to walk away. You hear me? And when I finally felt myself, I was myself. I mean, nobody. I did it myself. I had a pride in myself. Like, hey, I can do this. I don't have to look outside. And a baby told me. Because I've always given. I don't ask. I've always given. I've been weird. I'll be weary about asking. And a baby had to teach me. Guess what he taught me? He said, Miss Catina, don't do that. He said, I'm telling you, I had no food, nothing. But I would, day by day fasting, making sure my baby had. And he came to bed. He said, he said, wait a minute, because I was a Sunday school teacher. He said, why you ain't got no this and I said, look, baby, I give, I do. He said, Miss Catina, this is what the baby told me. Handed me in my hand. He said, Miss Catina, he said, there's a blessing in the asking and there's a blessing in the giving. He said, when you ask, God's people know that they can be the hand, feet, and eyes of God. He said, and when you give it, people know there is a God. I was doing it wrong. And when God told me you got to go back, you got to finish what you started, because I thought the kids would be okay. I thought they got great leadership. It was still mustard seed missing. And it came together on its own. I didn't do it like these kids. I just left my door open. I asked them. I required them to get me a high school diploma and a voter's registration card and a ID. If they could, and driver's license. I'm sorry, because after high school you're a citizen. You ain't got to have a job. You're a citizen. That is your duty. You're grown. You're a citizen. As a grown adult, you make choices for the place you reside at. Home first, community second. Yeah. And having an attitude like, I'm just going to worry about me, you may be the one that the innocent victim get hurt because somebody else ain't loved. See, I love outside in because I already love myself inside out. I can give out all the things I never had because I want to look at myself and be what I never seen. See, that's a requirement of myself. Doesn't matter who think it's, I don't care about what they think, baby. The results show. I've seen drug addicts walk out the dope house. Come to my house, say, Miss Catina, I don't want it no more. These grown folk, everybody call me Miss Catina. People around the world call me Queen Catina. Miss Catina, I don't want it no more. I know a man, when I tell you, bro, and he came and said, my wife, I know she loved me, and I'm tired of taking her through this. I said, what you talking to me for? What I'm supposed to do? I said, go talk to her. Can you pray for? I said, I can pray with you, son. I said, but how long they been married? Over 40-some years? For 20-some years, this man been taking this woman through this. For nothing. Because his insecurities. Because how he want to feel. Y'all men better get out that shit. Men cheat because they want to feel. Women cheat for love. That's why it kills a man. They know that woman don't love them no more. They done laid down with you. Oh, they know you don't love them no more. Men love the flirting and the this and that, and they just go along with it. Because they just like the attention. That's why they treat women so bad. After they done drawn all the energy out of him, or she treats a man, because it's just for attention. I hope this is something that's helping y'all, because it's just something y'all, you got to come to yourself in self-love. Look in the mirror, have a relationship with you, get a relationship with how you got to do it. I don't know. I can't convince you. All I know, I follow Emmanuel because I was born on the kitchen floor. I got more in common than him. I studied all the prophets, Muhammad, all them, all the other religions. I studied them, but I just got more in common with Emmanuel. I turn over tables. I'm doing what God said. I'm not gonna get in. I tried the religion thing. I did. But baby, when you really got anointing on your life, you jump in religion, baby, they will feed off you. They will bait you up, this, that. But when you really need them, when you really want to go to the sick, when you really want to help the poor, when you want them to come down off the high horse, to go to the highways and byways, you're going to really find out who they are. Yeah. Y'all stop the performance. Performance do not bring results. And if somebody else did it and get results, that don't mean you do it and you can get the same results. Y'all come to yourself. God has no problem with organizations no, if they're in kingdom. It won't make you denounce God, soul tie yourself to stuff. It won't forget you when you're not able to perform for them. Dealing with God, and I'm a living witness. I've never been part of nothing. They just never been in me. I don't have to. The only reason I got holes in my ears, y'all, because my mama put them in there when I was a baby and they ain't never closed up. I've just never been fascinated. I love humanity. I love y'all. Y'all are just even the mean ones. The mean ones kill me. I'm just like, how do you do that? That's amazing to me to see a vessel do evil. Like they don't have to hold account. And then when the reaping come back, they try to cover it up. When the evil person is caught in their evilness, they try to throw it back. That's called reaping. Y'all call it deflection. No, it's reaping because they don't want you to see they reaping. Yeah. They'll get mean, be nasty to you, this, that, so you don't pay attention. No, I pay attention more than. Like I said, I am a nemesis to evil because I hate evil. If evil hate me a million, I hate it a trillion. It hate me a trillion, I hate it a gazillion. It always. But I love the vessel. I don't like the sin. And I just want y'all to be better you. And only you can decide to do that. And all I've said, remember, it's all about you. It always have been. It always will be. And there's one woman in this world. I love you all. Bless miracles, breakthroughs to everybody that came on. And even to the two smart people that know more than me. Thank you for giving me your time, effort, and energy. And to those with bad intent, God bless you, baby. That's your life. When I get off of here, I'm going to live mine. I just had that in my spirit, and I want y'all to know performance do not bring results. And your actual action is the results. If you're being evil, hiding behind good, then results going to be evil. Okay? If you just hiding behind somebody because they doing it, their results going to your effort going to go to them because that's their results. The spirituals is in control. This evil is not in the land. That's the dark heart of man. And it can get terrible. They'll do anything on their imagination. And evil is on one side. Good is, that gray area is gone. It's not, and y'all gonna find out. It's gonna be a gulf. So the best thing to do is be the authentic real you. And watch. The healthier and happier you will be in your own life. And I promise you, bombs be going off in Baghdad. And you still will sit back and say, look what God has done.